Okay, DIY guys, Power Stroke guys, we're gonna try for like the third time to get this video to actually record right. But today's topic of discussion will be DIY cylinder head and block prepping. And then would you run this finish? So again, shop guys, go ahead, chime in if you want, but you have to remember we are talking DIY, not shop setting, because we already know, even from my shop standpoint, the only way to do this for a paying customer is new heads. At bare minimum, send them to the machine shop and have them cleaned up, but even then, it's very, very rare that I do that. I don't like to do it. I tell them, even if we're reusing your factory heads, I can't warranty. We don't know if they're going to crack, if the crack that are there, because they're always going to have cracks. It's just the way they are. They're going to propagate into like the glow plug hole, valve to valve, and cause any issues. As I always say on here, there's two sides of me. You have the paying customer professional side, and then you have the DIY guy, which is what I grew up doing. That's how I got to the level that I'm at, was basically by trying my own stuff, doing it the cheap way, the budget way, figuring out what works and what don't. My Crew Cab 6.4, we're on year 9 of cracked heads, non-machined, just gasket slapped, cleaned them up, did a method, and it's been awesome. I've drug sleds, dynos, my big toy hauler, our big boat. I mean, if you're familiar with the area just outside Evanston, the Sisters, I've drug my toy hauler and our 32-foot cabin cruiser boat over them. Cruise control set at 90. So the truck has been beat around, and it finally lost a head gasket last year. Non-O-ringed heads. Anyway, getting off track here. So DIY guys or shop setting standpoint, doing this as a personal project after hours, whatever, would you run the cylinder head surface? Would you use the same technique here to prep the block? Trying a couple different things, just practicing on a set of heads I got here. The question is, would you run this head this way? Seen any of my other videos, we don't care about the staining. The staining will never go away. That's just what's there. If you try to get it away without a machine shop and actually going through a fly cutter, you're going to divot the head, you're going to ruin the head. We don't care about staining. So what we care about is gasket prep, RA. I don't have a proflometer or whatever that fancy word is. I don't have the way of measuring RA other than just kind of filling it. So that's what we care about: straightness, clamping force, and gasket prep surface. I always O-ring heads, so this set here will still get a set of O-rings. This is going on a personal engine of mine for a truck I picked up out of the impound yard. So got maybe a tiny bit more I can do to it to further clean it up, but for the most part, this is good enough. That's what we're basing the video off of. This head in this manner. Would you run it this way? So I got a store-bought straight edge. Note for in a minute, you can see the silver there, so that's there. There is a couple divots. It's been dropped a few times, but we're going to use that. Mutt Tools sent me some filler gauges quite a long time ago. I actually kind of forgot about them until I was digging through trying to find my set that has seen better days. It's had some bends in them, thumb wheels off. They've been misplaced a lot. These are just power builds anyway, but yeah, they've seen better days. Mutt Tools sent me a set, so if you're in the market, this is my first time using them, but I mean, they're filler gauges. They are what they are. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look here. We're gonna do the light test first. I'm gonna try to not knock this head over because it's literally just resting on the valve seats. But we're looking to see how much light we get shining through there. And again, as I said, remember the silver edge that is there, so you can kind of see what's there without the light, and then we bring that light back compared to the shadow. Like, there's really no change. You can actually see one of the nicks I was talking about right there, but same thing. Trying to see if we can focus in here, and I'm not holding that down. That bar's not perfect by any means. I'm coming over here and there. So we're gonna throw the 030 straight edge at it. So it's still actually out there, so that's good. So we're going to 003. Gonna have to kind of set the camera down so we can try to get somewhere decent to record that. Hopefully that doesn't fall this time. So I go across the center. Again, I'm not a machine shop. Paul at DDPM, Jared, Kill Devil, them guys are super smart. Maybe they want to come in and kind of give us an idea on their preferred method of measuring. All Dad, I'm sure, has it as well, but just kind of go down the center where it seems like they warp and blow the most. I'm not pushing, just lightly holding that so it stays still. And we can get it barely under, which is probably from that silver edge, but it doesn't go all the way through. Doesn't go all the way through. Give it the same treatment over here. Kind of hit the wall. I can kind of force it barely under, but it doesn't go through. Same thing down here. Slide it down to the edge because the bar doesn't fit the whole length. So we're gonna just hold there. Same thing, we can kind of get it stuck, but it doesn't go through. So we know that the trueness, the flatness is fairly in spec. Obviously, we can't prove that. I don't have calibrated machining equipment, but I got good enough for the garage guy. So remember, and that's what this video is for, is the DIY garage guys, weekend guys. This is what the average person has. So obviously I'm going to run the O-rings anyway, but some of you don't have the tool to it. But would you run this surface finish? Drop it down below. Tell me why not? What would you do different? How would you surface prep that better? And what would you do? So let's make this video a little more educational. Drop it down below. Let's chat about it. I'm going to tag DDPM in it too. They're awesome. Paul is a wizard. Like, the guy, I love his videos. He's got some good heads. Jared, Kill Devil, has some good heads. PSP has some good heads. I like all of them. I mean, I've said it a few times. I like them all. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of their heads. And they got some smarts. Jared's a wizard. He's got that like genius brain. Paul's awesome. He's been around forever and he loves to share info. So maybe they'll chime in. But drop it down below. Tell me your thoughts. Would you run it? Yes or no? Why or why not? Thanks, guys. We'll see you there.